Hi, I'm Mert from Class. Today, we're taking a look at how a school teacher would prepare for a virtual reality lesson. You can find information about this and all related videos, including those for teachers, in Class Teacher Portal. This video is divided into 3 chapters: pre-lesson preparation, tips for the lesson, and a post-lesson review. The topics covered in this video are also available in Class Portal in written form. Each topic can quickly be navigated to by clicking on the seek bar in the bottom of the video or by clicking on the hyperlinks in the description of the video. Before the lesson, you should check that the VR equipment is ready. To do this, you should check that the equipment is charged, connected to the internet, and that the necessary applications are installed or updated. The easiest and most sensible way to do this is to ask an educational technologist who is familiar with the equipment. However, if you don't have an educational technologist on hand, here's a video explaining how to do it for yourself. The easiest way to check the charge level of a device is in virtual reality while using it. To do this, put on the headset and pick up a controller. Starting at the home screen, find the device's quick settings in the bottom left corner of the main menu, point to it using the controller, and press the trigger button. In the top corner of the menu screen that opens, we can see the device's battery level, which in our example is just 10%. We can also see that one of the controllers is going to run out of battery very soon. It is certainly inadvisable to take a device with this kind of battery level to a class. The easiest way to check the charge level of a device is in virtual reality while using it. To do this, put on the headset and pick up a controller. The battery level of the headset and the controllers are shown at the bottom of the home screen. The more vertical bars, the bigger the charge. Next, we'll cover how to connect a headset to a Wi-Fi network or to check that it's connected to the correct Wi-Fi network. On the home screen, in Quick Settings, you'll also see the Wi-Fi icon next to the battery icon. Currently, this icon is just an outline, which means that the Wi-Fi is switched off. To turn Wi-Fi on, click on Quick Settings, go to Wi-Fi Settings, click on the Wi-Fi panel, and toggle the big blue switch in the middle of the Wi-Fi settings. In this video, you will see a black screen here because recording the Wi-Fi window is not allowed due to security reasons. Now we see that the Wi-Fi icon has turned gray. This means that Wi-Fi is turned on, but the device is not currently connected to any network. To connect to a Wi-Fi network, we would click again on the Quick Settings, select the Wi-Fi panel again, and now that Wi-Fi is turned on, the networks in device's range are displayed next to the on-off button. Select the Wi-Fi network of your choice, enter the password, and press OK. If the Wi-Fi connection was successful, the Wi-Fi icon will appear white. Also, if you look again in the Quick Settings, the name of the network you are connected to is displayed at the bottom in the left corner. As some applications may require a constant network connection to work properly, check the strength of the Wi-Fi in the classrooms where you are planning to use it before scheduling a VR lesson there. Now we'll cover how to connect the Pico headset to a Wi-Fi network. You can find the Wi-Fi settings at the bottom of the home screen. Let's click on the Wi-Fi icon, abbreviated here as WLAN. The menu that opens shows the Wi-Fi networks within range. If you can't see the networks, make sure Wi-Fi is turned on. You can turn Wi-Fi on and off by clicking the button at the top of the Wi-Fi settings. Then, select the network to which you want to connect the device. When entering your Wi-Fi password, please note 3 things. First, the keyboard only has a caps lock key to use, and there is no shift. This means that if your Wi-Fi password contains uppercase letters, make sure you switch your keyboard back to lowercase after typing them. Second, to prevent errors, click on the eye icon next to the password input field to see your password while typing it. Because you are in virtual reality, no one will see what you type. Thirdly, and somewhat confusingly, Pico keyboard also includes keys which enter a punctuation mark and space with one key press. You do not want this when entering a Wi-Fi password, which is why we recommend to press the eye icon to see what you are typing. Now, let's check that all the apps you're intending to use in the VR lesson have been installed and updated. To do this, click on the Apps button at the right corner of the menu bar. You will then be presented with a so-called app drawer, which lists all the apps belonging to the primary account of this headset with indications which of them have been installed. If an application is installed, hovering the pointer over it will display Open. If an application is installed but has not been updated, hovering the pointer over it will display Update. An application can also be run without updating by pressing Run instead of Update. Finally, if the application is not installed on the headset, hovering the pointer over it will display Download. In this case, the application must be downloaded and installed first. Now let's check that all the apps you're intending to use in the VR lesson have been installed and updated. Let's start with the Home menu. Select App Library in the bottom. This menu shows all the applications installed on the device. The window that opens lists three categories on the left: All Apps, Games, and Apps. This distribution can be confusing, and if you're not sure which category of the VR app you're looking for belongs to, click on All Apps to find it. To remove applications from the device, open the Edit menu in the upper right corner of the window. After pressing the Edit button, application icons will turn gray and a red trash can symbol appears for each app, clicking on which will delete the application. If there are apps in your device's account that are not currently installed on your device, they can be found in the App Store category. To see them, click on App Store in the bottom bar. In the menu that opens, select the Purchased category from the left. The menu that opens now has two subcategories: Installed and Not Installed. The Installed category shows the applications currently installed on your device. The Not Installed category shows the missing applications which have been previously downloaded or purchased. Press the Install button to install them. Next, let's take a look at adjusting the device for maximum comfort for each student. First, let's adjust the distance between the lenses. This is necessary for the wearer's eyes and the lenses to be aligned as closely as possible, so the image seen through each eye was as clear as possible. The procedure may vary slightly depending on the type of VR headset, but the idea is the same. With a Quest 2, you would have to physically grab the lenses and shift them inward or outward to one of the three preset positions. If the headset is worn by a person wearing glasses, it is a good idea to add the glasses spacer that usually comes with a headset. It will increase the distance between the face of the person wearing glasses and the headset's lenses, while also preventing the glasses from scratching the lenses. The glasses spacer is fitted between the device and the existing face pad. To install it, first remove the face pad by holding the headset's plastic part with one hand and pulling the face pad towards you with another. Then attach the spacer to the headset, which clicks in place when it is attached. Then attach the face pad to the spacer, which also clicks in place. The best practice of fitting a Quest 2 device on a new person is as follows. Press the facepad gently against the face with one hand, and with another pull the bottom strap of the headset over the head, back towards the neck. Adjust the length of the top strap if necessary, so the bottom strap fits comfortably around your head. Adjust the plastic doggles on each side of the bottom strap until the headset feels comfortable. Finally, take hold of the device with your hands and adjust it in front of your eyes so that the image is as sharp as possible, aligning the lenses and the eyes as closely as possible. Now let's review what all the buttons on the controllers do. The most commonly used button is the trigger, located at the front of the controller. You can think of it as the left mouse button, which you use the most often. Next, at the side of the controller is the grip button. It's used by many applications to grab things. The same is true for PhotoClass. There are a total of 4 buttons on top of each controller. At the top, left on left and right on right controller is a thumbstick, which can be moved in any direction. It is typically used to navigate the menus, to scroll pages, or to move around freely in a 3D environment. The A and B buttons on the right and the same buttons marked X and Y on the left controller are contextual, with each app teaching how to use them. The last button at the bottom center is the System menu button on the right controller and the In-Application menu button on the left controller. The System menu button can be pressed any time to exit the current app or to bring up Quick Menu. The In-App menu button is typically used to pause an app or to access its settings. Now let's review what all the buttons on the controllers do. Please note that the left and right hand controllers differ in shape and certain button positions. The most commonly used button is the trigger, located at the front of the controller. You can think of it as the left mouse button, which you use the most often. Next, at the side of the controller is the grip button. It is used by many applications to grab things, including PhotoClass. There are a total of 4 buttons on top of each controller. At the top, there is a thumbstick, which can be moved in any direction. It is typically used to navigate the menus, to scroll pages, or to move around freely in 3D environments. The A and B buttons on the right and the same buttons marked X and Y on the left controller are contextual, with each app teaching how to use them. Finally, the controllers on both hands have both a home button and an in-app menu button. The home button always brings the user to the home screen, and the in-app menu button typically opens the pause or settings menu inside an open app. When preparing the room for a VR lesson, be sure to observe the overall lighting conditions. There should be enough light in the room for the device to be able to identify the surrounding environment, but not too much direct sunlight, against which we recommend shutting the curtains or blinds. There are 2 reasons for avoiding direct sunlight. Firstly, it may be too intense for the cameras and cause issues with tracking. Secondly, direct sunlight can easily fall on the lenses of any headsets lying around, be amplified, and irreversibly damage the headsets. We recommend to trust our experience with this. Next up, let's review best practices for setting up the VR area. To use PhotoClass, at least 1 square meter, about 3 by 3 feet, of space is recommended for each student in a headset, while the absolute ideal is 3 by 3 meters or 10 by 10 feet. Whether the student is going to be standing or sitting, standing is recommended if possible, make space of at least 1 square meter. Next, put on your headset and the device will ask you whether you wish to use a stationary or a room scale play area. In this example, we'll set up a room scale area. First, you're asked to confirm the floor level. Second, you will be asked to draw the so-called play area on the floor by holding the trigger button. After confirming the area, you will see it briefly and the VR experience will launch. Lastly, let's review how to reset the position of your virtual space in relation to the real world. When moving around in the virtual world, it is bound to happen sometimes that the virtual world does not match the real world, or that you run out of space in the real world when trying to get to things in the virtual world. In these cases, it may help to reset your position in the virtual world. To reset the area, walk to the center of your real world area and hold down the right-hand menu button, after which your orientation and position will reset and you should be good to go. When a VR lesson is over, switch off the headsets, as when left in sleep mode, a device would lose all its charge in just a few days. Switching the device off, on the other hand, will keep the battery charged even after weeks of storage. The easiest way to switch the device off is to press and hold the power button. The button should be held for approximately 3 seconds, after which the device will play a short beep and flash the LED light before shutting down. Next, make sure that all headsets are in the correct boxes together with their matching controllers. Usually, the headsets and their controllers have a numerical marking on top to help match them. Once in a box, clean the equipment with antiseptic by applying the antiseptic to a napkin and then on the surfaces of the headset and the controllers. We recommend the use of alcohol-free antiseptic. Clean the lenses, the face pad, the external surface of the headset and the controllers. Thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to also check out our other videos created for teachers at Futuclass Teacher Portal.